Well, hello, my fabulous friends. I hope you're doing well. Well, time for some November predictions. This month, again, I'm going to mix it up a little bit. And I'm going to be using my oracles, the truth, the place, and the character. But the character and the place, I'm going to mix together. So it might be, we might find out the truth about a place. So is there going to be a WAR or bad weather? Or is the prediction about a character? Is prediction about somebody else? The only way to do this is if I mix these two decks together. All right. So let's mix them together and talk about November. What are some of the things that could come up in November? We've got a bad hurricane in Jamaica, and I did predict that a hurricane would be happening in a place that normally doesn't get hurricanes. And there will be two bad hurricanes this season. And Jamaica is getting a Category 5 hurricane, and they haven't had anything over a 4 since 1850. So that is unique. I was actually shocked when I saw that, because when I read that, I was like, doesn't Jamaica always get hit by hurricanes? Well, they'll get the tail end of a hurricane, or they've had, I think, 5 Category 3s in the last 120 years. Isn't that bizarre? For some reason, it feels like to me, for them being right smack in the dab middle of the Caribbean, they'd have more hurricanes, but apparently not. They haven't had a Category 5 hit land in over 150 years, actually 175 years, almost 200 years. So that did come true. And I think I said, and there was woods there and lots of trees, so that it's hitting land. It's hitting land. Unfortunately, it's a very poor country, so the rich have probably already left, and apparently they got the shelters ready, and they're doing all they can and got the word out, but let's hold them in good energy. All right, so we'll do 4 or 5. I'll figure it out. How big this deck is together. Okay, let's do 5. I like 5. 5 has always been kind of lucky for me. Okay, November predictions. A person or a place. November predictions, a person or a place. November predictions, a person or a place. Okay, oh, the first one is a person, an architect. Oh, I wonder if that has something to do with the East Wing. Oh, we got another person, a creator. Well, that could be anybody, right? That could be an artist or an actress, right? Anybody who creates something. Could be me. I'm a YouTube creator. Oh, we got a place. Casino. Oh, I wonder if there's going to be a robbery at a casino. Oh, we got another place. Coffee house. Coffee. Huh. I wonder if we're going to see like pictures of somebody at a coffee house. Or I wonder if we're going to hear something more about like Starbucks getting into trouble, right? We'll have to see what the Truth Oracle has to say. One more. Oh, and look at the clock is ringing 5. Oh, we got another place. Church. Ooh, wonder what's going to happen in a church. Okay, can you see all those? Okay, good. All right, so let's get started. Let's pull some Truth Oracle. Okay, an architect, planning, design, supervision, construction, weaver of blueprints. So an architect too is like, yeah, it could be somebody who's planning something, designing something. Perhaps has something to do with the East Wing. Perhaps we're going to hear something about a building. Let's see what and it'll be like the architect's fault, that kind of thing. Or just somebody who's a planner, right? Like a general. Let's find out. Breakup, walking away, separation, and okay. So I think a architect that's already been hired is going to be fired. Crown, ooh. Owner, master, top level. Something with royal family. And one more, message. Okay. Also, you know, this crown, I think this might have something to do with the East Wing. Owner, master, top level. Right? A breakup with the crown, the message. I don't think the royal family is redoing Buckingham Palace. Maybe somebody's going to find out there's I mean, you have to think about it. That construction on that East Wing, the security has to be so tight. So tight. Perhaps like a supervisor or somebody will be caught. You know, I'm not saying that they've done it on purpose. Perhaps they're going to be found out that they emailed somebody something or sent them a message. Okay, well, let's see what that turns out to be. All right, so this creator. So obviously this is an artist. It could be an actress, actor, singer, especially a songwriter. If they're a singer, they write their own songs. YouTube creator. I just saw another TikTok creator passed away, 25 years old. What the hell is going on there over at TikTok? Seems like they're doing some really stupid stuff or taking chances, or there is the Instagram people that are dying because they want that perfect shot and it's on the edge of a cliff or something crazy like that. What's about this? Oh, affairs, mistress, third party. Oh, are we going to hear about, So it's not a politician. It's not anybody in government. It's a creator. So I'm really picking up like an actor or an actress. Rest. Oh, is this Katy Perry and Trudeau? Key. Key people, core of the problem, pass. Rest, affairs. I think we had this last month too, didn't we? A creator. Affairs, but they're not having an affair. They're both single. But you could say a love affair, a fake love affair. Rest and key. I wonder if a couple is going to be on holidays and they find out they've given the girlfriend the key to their place or something like that. Or we're going to hear like more news about Nicole Kidman and you know that separation going on. Perhaps we're going to hear trickle of news of, you know, oh, he would give the key, you know, to the nanny or something as we were, because apparently it was somebody in his band, and so they are traveling together, right? So perhaps we're going to hear about that, perhaps, or somebody else might hear somebody else out on a business trip or holidays or something, and they've given a key to their room. A lot of celebrity couples have their own rooms when they travel. You know that, right? I think it's so that the actual hotel doesn't know which room are they in. Are they in this room or are they in that room? Right? To keep the nosy staff away. Or perhaps they do enjoy sleeping apart. They want their own rooms. They have different ideas of what a holiday is. Maybe it's a holiday from each other. All right, so what's going on at this casino? What's going on at this casino? Or a jackpot, so or something to do with any kind of gambling. So it could be a jackpot. Ooh, we just had that breaking news with NBA about gambling. Let's find out. Snake, lie, poison, fertility. Who's a snake? Hope. Look at a ball. I think this is going to be, we're going to hear more about the sports. Photographs, there's actually going to be evidence. I think that's what we're going to hear more about. And we're going to hear more about the NBA gambling, and maybe we're going to hear something about the World Series. Bet people who put bets on the World Series. I think we're going to hear more about, I think they're going to explode that a little bit more. Coffee house. So what are we going to hear at this coffee house? Or a little cafe, or places that people gather. Could be one of those beautiful little Parisian cafes, sitting outside, having a glass of wine, watching the world go by. Cafe au lait. Let's find out. Letting go, surrender, open up, give up, release. Perhaps maybe my first intuition was right. Perhaps we're going to hear about more Starbucks closing. Single, isolation, independent, alone. Maybe we're going to see some Starbucks or a big coffee house. Like say, well, you can run this on your own, but we're closing franchises down. Or forgotten person, core, past, old friend. That's a new card. I don't think we've ever seen that one on this channel. Maybe we are going to see like somebody, like an old actress or actor we haven't seen in a long time, and somebody takes a picture of them at a coffee shop. Could be even something like that, right? Forgotten person, single, there. So, who's somebody who's kind of, fallen off the radar. We haven't really seen much of them. And somebody snaps them at a coffee shop. Oh, and there they are. Do you remember this guy? Haven't seen him in 30 years, kind of thing. We might see something like that. We might see something like that. I was going to also point out the predictions that I say, oh, these are October predictions or November predictions. As I mature this channel, I'm starting to find out that some of the things actually happen a couple of months later, not right in that month. So I'm starting to believe that these are predictions. When I say November predictions, these are predictions I make in November for the future, not necessarily that they happen in November. Does that make any sense? That popped in my head from a message that was downloaded, that no, you're making these predictions in October or making these predictions in November or whatever for November. Doesn't mean that they're going to happen in November. So I'm predicting that they happen, but I don't know when they're going to happen. Does that make any sense? Okay, church. Clarify this church, please. What's going on at this church? What's going on at this church? Look for investigation, explore, search. When I was looking at that, I thought that kind of looks ancient. So I wonder if they're going to like find some documents in a church, in an old church. Perhaps they're doing some renovations, or part of the church collapses for whatever reason, and they actually find some kind of information. Talent, born with features, personality. Home, refuge, belong, haven. Or we're going to hear news that a lot of people are looking for a new church to go call their own. Maybe a lot of people are returning to church. That's actually a big thing right now. Churches are starting to notice their numbers have really turned around. So they're looking for, it's the pastor that they're looking for, or the priest, or the whoever is running the place. I don't know. There's so many different names: pastor, priest, father. I don't know, all kinds. So they are actually investigating different churches, and they actually are going to go by who they resonate with at the pulpit, at the front, right? And then they are going to join that church. We're going to see a lot more of that happening. And that's already happening. Church attendance is way up. I think a lot of it happened after Charlie Kirk. I think a lot of people started returning to the church shortly after that. And they aren't going, I'm getting that they aren't going, let's say they were brought up Baptist. That doesn't necessarily mean they go to the First Baptist Church. I'm getting that they're actually going to a different church until they find who they like at the front. And then they're going to call that their home. What's under mirror, reflection, reference, distinguish, appearance? Looking backwards, looking in the rear view mirror. Something's going to return. Something's going to return. Something from the past is going to rear its ugly head. Interesting. All right. Well, see you next month when we'll see how many of these have come true. And yeah, I think I'm going to go back and review last month, which I haven't done yet. Thank you very much for watching. Please take good care. See you online. Bye for now.